Patty Gasso's Sooners are back home. Fresh off a Big 12 sweep in Lubbock. Tonight, a visit from up the turnpike. It's OU and TU. The Sooners and the Golden Hurricanes with the wind blowing out in Norman. On Sooner Sports TV, powered by Fox. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Marita Hines Field in Norman. Toby Rowland with you alongside former Sooner DJ Mathis. We got a fun one for you tonight. DJ, the Sooners couldn't have played better softball over the weekend against Texas Tech. And tonight, though, a good matchup. These are two teams that met here in the NCAA Regional a year ago.
It was. We saw three very convincing wins in Lubbock this weekend, but we're going to see a hard-fought battle here tonight. This has turned into a bit of an in-state rivalry between these two teams. It's going to be competitive. It's going to be hard-fought, so I'm excited to see some really good softball.
What a crowd we have again tonight for Sooner softball here in Norman. These fans love this team so much, and it doesn't matter if it's a Saturday night, a Friday night, or a Wednesday night. This place is packed.
Packed house, lined up, people taking off work to get here to line up early. It's something to see.
There you see G. Juarez, a perfect 13-0 on the year. How about that 1.43 ERA?
G has been dominant. I mean, that's the best word I can think of, is absolutely dominant, and always putting this team in a position to win. Anytime you've got that low ERA under a 2, your team is always going to be in a position to win.
Juarez got 2 wins in Lubbock over the weekend. She won the Friday and Sunday games. Number 5 in the nation in strikeouts per 7 innings, averaging over 10, trailing her teammate Shannon Sale, who's averaging over 13 strikeouts per 7 innings.
And this staff, I mean, just putting all of that together, getting that many strikeouts per 7 innings. I mean, they're striking out nearly half of the outs every single time they step out there.
The wind is an issue tonight. It's howling out of here pretty good, so be alert. Anything in the air tonight's got a chance to sail a bit on us as we get set for, there you see, flags at full mast tonight. Howling at 20-plus miles an hour out of the south. What a beautiful night for softball as Julie Hollingsworth steps in. Hollingsworth, the Tulsa left fielder, a .448 hitter and a swing and a miss gets us started.
She's really come on strong this season. You know, seeing her in that leadoff spot coming out, even though she swings through the first pitch, aggressive, trying to kind of set the tone there in the leadoff spot for Tulsa.
Time is called out of Ennis, Texas. And now going to make sure that they're on the same page, G. Juarez and Lindsey Elam. Quick chat after the first pitch of the game. And they're laughing about it. You're using the right wristband, right? Here comes the 0-1 to Hollingsworth. A little bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I think when you were talking earlier, Toby, about the wind, we're going to see Juarez trying to keep the ball down. Anything that gets up in that wind is going to have the opportunity to leave the yard today.
2 balls and a strike. Sooners have won 19 straight games coming into play tonight, and over those 19 games, they have outscored their opponents 150 to 13. Let that rattle around in your brain a bit. 2-2 the count to Hollingsworth.
You know, they're not just winning games. I mean, everyone's happy to win a game. I mean, they are winning games just with dominance. I mean, they are putting teams, I hate to say this word, but they're putting teams to shame with that type of, putting that many runs up.
And a strikeout to start this one. G. Juarez gets a K. Let's take a look at the Sooner defense on this Wednesday night. The outfield has a view in left, Mendez in center, and Hollow in right. On the infield, Romero at third, Lyons at short, Clifton at second, Green at first, and Elam behind the plate. Here's the shortstop for Tulsa, Josie Muffley. And she takes the first pitch strike.
It's huge, starting that game off with the K of Tulsa's best hitter, getting the strikeout of Hollingsworth to start the inning. You see Juarez coming in, just setting the tone from the first batter of the game.
Popped up on the infield. Elam gives way to Romero, who drifts into fair territory. The wind carried it back into play for out number 2.
Good job by Romero hanging with it. Again, this wind is going to be a factor tonight. You can see it. That ball started very foul and wound up close to the pitcher's circle.
Morgan Neal. Each of the last 2 weeks, she's been the American Athletic Conference Player of the Week. First pitch swinging, popped up. It'll be Romero again, and it is a very quick top of the first inning for G. Juarez. Sooners coming to bat for the first time when we come back in Norman. Sooners will bring him to the plate like this tonight. Sydney Romero will lead off a team-high .437 batting average and 11 home runs on the year. And we'll take a look at that order in just a bit. Romero digs in. Samantha Pocock, the pitcher tonight for Tulsa. Romero, I mentioned the 11 home runs on the year. She homered Saturday and Sunday at Texas Tech. In fact, the last 2 games she's been ridiculous. 4 for 4, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, 6 runs scored. She rips one to second here. Nice play by Morgan Neal for out number 1.
Yeah, and, you know, she's just been consistent. We're seeing her really kind of get in her groove here. And you can't ask for a better time of it now going into conference play.
Fale Aviu now, the left fielder. Aviu steps in, hitting .425 on the year from the left side. She also homered in Lubbock. That came on Friday night. And she takes a ball outside. All right, here's another try at the Sooner lineup. Romero, Aviu, Callie Clifton, their .536 on base percentage. Grace Green is the Big 12 Player of the Week after she hit 3 home runs at Texas Tech.
Seeing a lot of power coming out of this Sooner lineup, and the best thing about it too is you're getting that power. Talking about the home runs that we're seeing from Sydney Romero coming out of the leadoff spot. Fale Aviu coming in this 2 spot. So to start a game, you're having to face Romero, Aviu back to back.
Change up for a strike, 2-1. There's no weak spot in the Sooner lineup.
No, there is not. And you are not.
They just keep coming.
Yes. And you're not going to get to, as a pitcher, you're not going to start the game, you know, with a slapper. You're not.
No.
You know, you've got home run power, gap to gap power.
3 balls and a strike to Aviu. She comes into tonight riding an 8-game hit streak. 10 runs batted in the last 7 games for Fale.
Just such consistency.
Changeup is in there, and the count is full.
It's a good pitch right there on 3-1, changing speed, trying to keep Aviu off balance. That is what you have to do to a hitter like Fale.
Here's the payoff. Popped up. Deep short. Shallow center. It'll be Michaela Witten that makes the play for out number 2.
Good pitch sequence there by Pocock. And she is doing a really good job. Even though she's behind in the count, we see those back-to-back change-ups and just trying to keep Aviu off balance.
11th start of the year for Samantha Pocock. She's got a 7-4 record. A sophomore out of Henderson, Nevada. 2 up, 2 down in the Sooner first inning for Callie Clifton. And she takes a first pitch strike. Clifton hitting .386, but you add in the 22, the team high 22 walks on the year. Her on-base percentage well over 500, 536, a team best.
And it's so important against just finding a way on base, finding a way to apply pressure.
That got under the glove of Josie Muffley, and Clifton is aboard. And that's been an issue for Tulsa this year.
And the errors have kind of come back at times to really hurt this defense. And, you know, we see one here already in the first inning, but this team has made 43 errors on the season so far. So I think that's something, this defense, they've done well in the circle at times, but this defense has come back to haunt them a bit.
They've given up 29 unearned runs because of those errors. By comparison, the Sooners have given up 4 unearned runs this year. Here's Shay Knighton. Throw down to first, and back in safely is Clifton. It was a ball to Knighton. Shay Knighton, .391 hitter. add her to the home run parade in Lubbock. She had one on Sunday. In fact, she went 4 for 4 Sunday against the Lady Raiders. Ground ball sharply to first, off the glove of Stafford. That'll be another error. Clifton headed to third. And they're on the corners with 2 outs for the Sooners.
Great base running by Kaylee Clifton. You know, we see the ground ball, 2 outs. Kaylee Clifton is running hard, turning around second base, expecting to be standing on third base. Those are the little things that these Sooners do so well that wins them games.
Back-to-back infield errors by the Golden Hurricane, and they're going to get together as an infield in the circle right now. And a little do-better speech. Errors number 44 and 45 on the year, and the Sooners have a first-inning threat. And the red-hot Grace Green steps in.
This is not the situation you want to be in right now. Grace Green has been on fire at the plate. And again, we got the 2 quick outs, but this defense, again, kind of not settling in yet.
Our Sooner to watch tonight is right there in the right-hand batter's box. Grace Green. You see at Tech 3 home runs, including a grand slam on Sunday. She drove in 7. The Player Watch brought to you by OU Extended Campus. Ground ball to short. Muffley up with it. And the throw is off the bag. A run scores. And it's 1-0 OU. On to third goes Knighton.
Sooners making things happen. We are yet to see a base hit yet in this inning. But Sooners finding a way still to apply pressure and get things done with 2 outs.
Back-to-back infield errors by TU. This one on the throw. And the Sooners get a run. And now Jocelyn Allo. OU Extended Campus, degrees online, on-site, on your schedule. Become the tradition. Visit pacs.ou.edu. Here's Allo. The power number slightly down from a year ago. She has only 5 home runs on the year. She takes one in the dirt for ball 1.
You know, we've seen Allo. We've seen her in different places in this lineup. We've seen her more at the top. We've seen her down kind of in the middle. She's trying to find a place again to kind of hit her groove. But you say 5 home runs being down, you know, that just tells you the type of power numbers she can and is capable of putting up. But there's a lot of season left, so I'm not going to be surprised if we don't see those power numbers in the double digits here by the end of the season.
2 balls and no strikes. Sooners strike first on a Wednesday night. Ball 3. And if you're Pocock, you got to be a little bit rattled right now. She has gotten ground balls from dangerous hitters. Her infield just hasn't helped her out.
Now, Pocock she started the game well. She is making her pitches and getting what should be outs.
And a 4-pitch walk will load them up.
So at this point, everything we have seen so far, Tulsa has kind of given some of these opportunities at this point to these Sooners. Between errors, now we see the 4-pitch walk. So Pocock needs to settle down here a little bit and try to find a way. Again, keep getting ground balls. Let your defense work for you.
Nicole Mendez takes it high. OU has won 42 straight games here at home. I think psychologically sometimes opponents come in, they know that. They know they've been hard to beat here. And you feel like you got to play a perfect game to beat them.
And
you can't give up 3 errors in the first inning.
No, and that's not the tone you're wanting to set. And, you know, like you said, it's coming in here and expecting that you're going to have to play perfect to win the game, to stay in the game. And, you know, this is a tough environment. Sellout crowds, fans who are into the game nonstop. It's a tough environment. So when you kind of start giving momentum away, it makes it that much tougher.
2 balls and a strike. Knighton at third, Green at second, Allo at first. And the pitch misses the outside corner, and now Pocock is one errant one away from walking in a run.
This is tough to see. Pocock really started the inning well, throwing good pitches, working ahead in the count.
The 3-1. And she walked home a run. It's 2-0 OU. An RBI for Mendez. Back-to-back walks after 3 straight errors. And it's 2-0 Sooners.
Something great to see though here. This has all been done with 2 outs. You know, we haven't seen a hit yet, and we've seen 2 runs go up on the board. But they're still finding ways. Part of the game, part of playing the game is applying pressure to defenses, applying pressure to the pitcher, and that's what we've seen so far.
Lindsey Elam takes a pitch high. Lindsey Elam, you see Pocock there in the circle trying to regain her rhythm. Pride of Chickasha. Fighting chicks. There's a good one. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. The inning started harmlessly with a ground out and a fly out. But then an error on Muffley, an error on Stafford, another one by Muffley, back-to-back walks. Sooners trying to apply a big punch early in this one. That caught the outside corner. Nice pitch there by Pocock. 1-2.
And Pocock has really changed speeds well. Here we've seen a handful of changeups already here to start the game. That's something, again, you can tell these Sooner hitters are a little off balance, trying to get that changeup figured out.
Hit hard over the head of Patty Gasso. Nice reactions by the 25-year head coach of the Sooners. That's a good way to get yourself out of the starting lineup, Lindsey Elam.
Coach would have caught it. If it was at her, she would have caught it.
I don't know if we have a replay, but that was fantastic. The 1-2. Hit hard again and pulled foul. Past the stands down the left field line.
And that's the 3rd off-speed pitch we've seen in a row by Pocock. And Elam just out in front of the pitch here a little bit. But we've seen 3 in a row, so she's not afraid to throw that off-speed pitch back to back.
Called strike 3 on the inside corner, and the inning is over. Sooners, though, send 8 to the plate, scored 2, didn't get a hit. We go to the second in Norman. It's 2-0 OU. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by OU Extended Campus. And a 2-0 start for the home team as we get set for the second inning. G. Juarez put the Golden Hurricane down in order in the first.
It's such a good feeling, too, coming out here, top of the second. You've got a little bit of cushion, so time to just settle in and get to work.
First pitch to Haley Minen is a little bit high, ball 1. Minen, 202 hitter, 2 home runs on the year.
There's not a lot of power that has come out of this Tulsa lineup this year.
Swing and a miss.
Haven't seen many home runs. They're more contact hitters, manufacturing runs, using the short game, but there's not a lot of power numbers that have come out of this lineup.
Minen, transfer from Arkansas, takes strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That being said, they are 21-9 on the year. They have some impressive wins.
They have, and Tulsa has really, throughout the season with the strikeout there.
She went around. Minen thought she checked her swing. Our home plate umpire tonight, Michael Parker, said you did not. Strikeout number 2 for Juarez.
That's a great pitch. She's working down and away and then going back up in the zone and just getting Minen to fish a little bit there. It's a great setup by G.
Shanice Dels, the designated player, takes a strike. Tulsa has beaten Arkansas. They've beaten Oklahoma State. Couple of wins over Kansas. TU has won the American Athletic Conference the last 3 years running. They were picked 4th in the AAC in the preseason poll this year. That one's a bit high, 1-1.
And Tulsa plays a tough schedule. They play a competitive schedule. Like you said, they have some really good wins on their record so far this year. I will not be surprised to see this Tulsa team back here in Norman again in postseason.
The committee loves to send them down I-35, don't they? Foul ball. And they lost a fantastic pitcher off last year's team, Emily Watson, one of the best in TU program history.
She was, and she had an outstanding career. Everything she did in the circle for that program over the last 4 years, she just had an unbelievable career. And those are tough shoes to fill, to lose a pitcher like that. You know, and the staff for Tulsa has done a good job, but Watson just really, she was dominant in the circle, and sometimes that can be tough for a team to bounce back from.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Dels. And the pitch popped up. Shallow left, chasing in a view, but she's there in time for out number 2. You've seen G. Juarez through the first 5 outs tonight several times this year. What makes her so effective?
She is so good at hitting spots. We see her, she can work all quadrants of the plate. She works in, and then we saw her come in there with the curveball and just saw off for that last out to get the pop-up. So you can't settle on one side of the plate, and that makes her very difficult to hit.
102 strikeouts and only 18 walks now on the year for Juarez. Here's Michaela Witten, the center fielder. Took strike 1. Check swing. They'll appeal it, and she went. That's strike 2.
You gotta love, too, she throws that curveball, she keeps it down, but then she's able to come up in the zone, so she can work down at the knee in on these hitters and then work up in on the hands.
Fouled back. Michaela Witten out of Shawnee to Bethel High School. .250 hitter on the year with 2 home runs. She bats with 2 outs, nobody on to the Tulsa second. And the 0-2. Got her. Looking. Hitting over. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for G. Juarez. We've played 1.5 in Norman. Sooners 2. Golden Hurricane nothing. You're watching Sooner Softball, brought to you by OU Extended Campus. Bottom of the second in Norman. Grace Lyons leading off for OU. First pitch swinging, hit deep to right, and it's gone! How about that? First pitch of the second, Grace Lyons, an opposite field shot, and it's 3-0 Sooners.
I will take that for the first hit of the game, every game. That was an absolute shot. In oppo, no less, taking it the other way.
Home run number 6 of the year for Lyons, and number 56 of the year for the Sooners.
You just kind of see this pitch up in the zone. And Lyons did a really good job of recognizing it, staying on the pitch, and just hammering it the other way. I don't think the wind helped that one. I think that was going.
That was gone any night. Here's Romero for the second time. Takes a strike on the inside corner. That was the first hit of the night for Oklahoma. They scored 2 runs in the first by virtue of 3 TU fielding errors. That's hit hard to left by Romero, and that's gone! Back to back!
We get to see him from both sides of the field. We see one taken opposite field, and just Sydney Romero turning on that pitch, and that was a line shot.
Oh, they're going to wear the young man out. Somebody get him some oxygen. Home run number 12 for Sydney Romero. She had to go down to get that one, DJ.
And a little bit off speed. We've seen Pocap trying to change speeds quite a bit so far. And Romero was sitting. She read that early and sat back and drove it.
2 home runs on 3 pitches here in the second inning for the Sooners. Vale Aviu takes a ball. Wow. Fireworks.
I'm talking earlier about having Romero and Aviu back-to-back. But you've got Grace Lyons in the 9-hole coming up first pitch of the second inning, blasting the home run. You've got Romero right behind her, and you haven't even hit the meat of this lineup yet.
Sliced into foul territory and out of play. I mean, this is just murderer's row, this Oklahoma lineup this year.
It's tough. It's tough for any pitcher to face. I mean, there's no break. There is no time to breathe. With 2 outs, putting 2 runs on the board.
2 balls and a strike to a view.
Coming out first pitch with the home run. Romero coming back again with the home run. And again, you've got a view, Clifton, Knighton.
The 2-1 from Pokop. Grounded sharply to second. Nice play by Neal. Now drops it, and that'll be a 4th error on TU. Gracious.
This defense has got to settle down for Tulsa. You know, we've already seen the 2 unearned runs. You know, you have the back-to-back home runs, and then you get a hitter like a view. Now, that's a hard-hit ground ball, but should be at this point, should have been an out. So we've got to see this Tulsa defense settle down.
Nobody gone in the Sooner second. 2 runs in on 2 home runs. Kaylee Clifton now. She reached on an error and scored in the first. And she takes a strike. Sooners will be in non-conference play again this weekend. They're going to head out to Utah for a 2-game weekend series. And that's their final non-conference weekend series of the year.
That's going to be fun. You got to love the Pac-12 matchup, you know, right in the middle of conference, you know.
Go see a different part of the country. They've been out to California a lot, in Arizona. Utah's beautiful.
Yes,
Have you been out there?
I've been there once. It is, I will say, I was not expecting it.
Oh, really?
To look. It was
gorgeous.
One of the most beautiful places I have ever seen.
The 1-1 to Clifton. Grounded to third, off the glove of Briers. The flip is not in time. It gets by into right field. Up is a view, and she'll head to third. And that'll be another error on Tulsa.
Good job of Clifton using the ground. We kind of saw the high hop chop. And again, that ball was hit hard. But we're seeing a lot of really good heads-up base running. We saw that high hop just going off the glove. But you make one mistake, you can't turn it into 2. You've got to settle down. You can't let those runners advance.
Clifton will get credit for a hit. The error will be on the throw that allowed a view to advance to third. 5 errors on Tulsa in the first 2 innings of this game. Have you seen anything like this?
And again, Tulsa's a good team.
Yeah.
They're walking in here 21-9. You don't win 21 games in a season at this point.
They're in their own heads right now.
Yeah, and you can see it, and it's starting to bleed into the circle a bit.
Shea Knighton first and third, nobody out. And that's a clean base hit into left. That'll score a view and make it 5-0 OU. RBI for Shea Knighton.
Great piece of hitting by Shea Knighton. Got caught a little bit out in front, but she did a really good job of staying with it. We saw the off-speed. Again, the off-speed was working anyone. These Sooners have made adjustments, and we're starting to see them recognize that off-speed pitch, reload, and start turning on it.
Still nobody out in the Sooners second. Grace Green with 2 aboard. Takes a strike.
If Tulsa wants to stay in this game, they are going to have to settle down defensively.
You talk about hard to find a weakness. Oklahoma leads the country in batting average. They lead the country in ERA. And they're number 3 in the nation in fielding percentage. That's getting it done in every way possible.
That's what wins championships, right there.
That's right. 1 ball, 1 strike to Green. The Big 12 Player of the Week. Turns on one and pulls it foul.
Pretty cool to kind of Grace Green, the freshman, starting her Big 12 career as the Player of the Week. You know, hitting, I think, over 600 for the series.
.667 with 3 home runs. Fouled back.
I don't think she had any nerves for her first Big 12 series.
She had 2 home runs Saturday against Texas Tech. And then Sunday came out and hit a grand slam. It's a pretty good weekend. Trying to add to what is right now a 5-run Sooner lead in the second tonight. The 1-2. Sharply lined into right field, an opposite field base hit. They're going to wave home Clifton, and she is safe.
We're seeing some really, again, we've seen some mishaps by this Tulsa defense, but what has made these Sooners able to capitalize is good base running. Taking advantage, getting themselves in scoring position. We see the line drive right through the second baseman, and just good base running, heads-up base running all the way around.
And the slide was excellent. Around the tag, slapped the plate with her right hand. Jocelyn Allo walked in her first at-bat. Still nobody out. And it swung on. It popped up down the right field line. Minan gave chase but couldn't get there. These two teams played twice last year. OU won a 1-0 game in Tulsa in the regular season on a Jocelyn Allo home run, the only run of the game. Then, of course, they met in the Norman Regional in postseason play. That was an 8-0 Sooner victory.
You know, in these midweek matchups between the Sooners and Tulsa over the past...
watch out.
Gotta be heads up over there. But over the past decade, these midweek matchups have been really, really tight, competitive games, and you can just see the kind of the rivalry that has kind of grown. You know, we're seeing, I don't know if it's nerves and maybe just snowballing a bit for Tulsa here so far, but historically, these have been some really tight games.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Allo. Knighton at second, Green at first. 4 runs in the inning. Upstairs again.
And we've seen, again, Pocap has really relied on that off-speed pitch. That's her go-to. That's what she's been using, trying to keep these Sooners off balance. It was working the first inning. These Sooners have adjusted, so she's having to go with something different.
Shallow right field. Minan is there. Knighton will tag and get to third, and on to second goes Green. 1 out.
You know, and you get the fly out there, but now we have 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out. The sacrifice fly for the RBI is still set up. So 6-run lead. These Sooners are still being aggressive on the base paths.
They're just coming downhill at you all night. They're so aggressive. The base running and everything. They get you on your heels from the first pitch. That one's outside to Nicole Mendez.
And that's, I mean, that's just part of the culture. That is what Coach Gasso expects. It's you are 100 miles an hour all the time, keeping the gas pedal down, and you know it makes the game exciting to watch.
Swing and a miss. It's like one of those UFC fights where the guy just comes charging out of the corner and.
Those are the best ones.
Well, I mean, that's OU, though. I mean, the first pitch, they are just coming at you, fists flying, kicking. I mean, they're... And Tulsa is taken aback right now. Popped foul out of play, 1 and 2.
Add that on top of this environment. You know, Sooners are coming out, just throwing punches, getting after pitchers and defenses from the very first pitch, and then you've got this environment of these sellout crowds, these unbelievable fans. I mean, it has to be a nightmare. I'm just glad I never had to do it, but it has to be a nightmare to come in here.
It's an intimidating place.
Yes.
The crowd's intimidating. You look at the outfield wall, and they got all the national championships out there. And you know how many in a row they've won here. Yeah,
welcome to Norman.
That's right, and that's exactly how Patty wants it. Fly ball left, back on it. Hollingsworth on the warning track makes the play, but that'll score another run as Shea Knighton tags and scores, and the Sooners have put a touchdown on the board in Norman.
She just missed that hard hit ball, but again, getting her job done, finding a way to get the RBI and score Knighton from third. But again, it's an out, but it's a hard hit out.
Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter for OU. Sammy Skelly, there you see the 2013 title. One of the 4 national championships displayed on the outfield wall here. Here's the most recent, down the right field line.
There's room out there for a couple more.
Well, we're going to build a whole new stadium to put them in.
Yeah. Better leave space.
Sammy Skelly will be the pinch hitter, the freshman from Lone Grove. She's 4 for 9 on the year with 1 home run. And she takes a first pitch strike from Samantha Pocock. 7-0 OU. Grace Green out there at second base with 2 outs. Check swing. The pitch was high. They'll appeal this, and they say Skelly was able to hold up. 1 ball, 1 strike.
This is a good opportunity here for Skelly. You've got 2 outs. Runner in scoring position. So good pinch hit opportunity for her to come up and, you know, nothing better than coming off the bench, you know, for an RBI hit.
2-1. Ground ball left side in the hole. Muffley the nice play, but she'll have no play. And an infield single for Skelly, the 6th hit of the inning. And they're on the corners. Grace Lyons will bat for the 2nd time in the 2nd.
Good job by Muffley keeping that ball on the infield. We kind of saw that in the 5-6 hole a little bit, but good job. She kept a run from scoring there by cutting that ball off and keeping it on the dirt.
Grace Lyons homered on the first pitch of the 2nd inning. She bats again, the 10th batter of the frame, and she lifts it to right. Backing on it is Minor on the warning track. She snags it this time, and the inning is over. But the Sooners score 5. Lyons. Then Romero. Back to back. It's all OU early in Norman. Third inning time here in Norman. Sooners out to a 7-0 lead, a 2-run first and a 5-run second. Tulsa has committed 5 fielding errors, all on the infield so far tonight. And G. Juarez will face the 7, 8, and 9 hole hitters for the Golden Hurricane. Starting with Sarah Bryers, the 3rd baseman. 6 up, 6 down so far for Juarez. 3 strikeouts.
And G has just been, she hasn't thrown very many pitches. She has been working ahead in the count, and it's made easy work of these Tulsa hitters so far.
Bryers, a .250 hitter on the year, 4 RBIs. Out of Spring, Texas. Back again, 1 and 2.
Just good pitches and good spots that Juarez is hitting. We see her again. These Tulsa hitters look uncomfortable. They aren't able to settle in. They're looking on the inner half. They're looking they're trying to get to the pitch when they're getting jammed inside, and they look uncomfortable, and that is your goal as a pitcher, is to never let these hitters settle in.
Juarez has been great this year, but really one of the strengths of this OU team has been a pitching staff, you know, between Mariah Lopez and Shannon Sale and G. Juarez. Foul ball again. Patty's been able to keep everybody rested, and you would think on down the line when postseason play rolls around, that's going to pay off for them.
And it
you
will.
Hope, anyway.
Yeah, it's so important. You can't ride one pitcher and ride one arm. When you do, when you get down the stretch, when those games are the most important in postseason, you're going to have a tired arm. You're not going to have the sharpness that you had, you know, mid-season, mid-form when you're rested. So, you know, it's really cool to see this staff, working together. And it's going to be so important going through Big 12 play into postseason. And I think a lot of the success is going to come from having a seasoned, experienced staff.
Pretty good battle here. Sarah Breyer's able to foul off several two-strike pitches from Juarez. And now Lindsey Elam's going to go out and say, all right, what do you want to try here to finish her off? Nothing's working yet.
We've seen her change speeds a couple times, and, you know, Breyer's done a good job getting rid of them. So I wouldn't be surprised here if we don't see her try to jam her inside with a curveball.
2-2. Fouled it off again.
Good battle. This is the most we've had to see Juarez work so far in this game.
Juarez into the windup. How about this? Right down below us, you saw Chris Plank the back of his head there briefly on the radio call tonight. That's my man right there. The Swiss Army knife of Sooner broadcasting. He can do it all.
And he's so exciting to listen to.
Yeah, he is. Ground ball to second. Clifton. One out.
One of the best battles we've seen from these Tulsa hitters tonight. But G coming out on top again, just sticking with what she does best and hitting those spots and not backing down.
Riley Spell, the 2018 American Athletic Conference Defensive Player of the Year. TU catcher takes strike one. Spell steps in, hitting .212, one home run. Now, you mentioned previously, it is entirely possible that we will see these two teams right back here come into the season.
And it's happened year after year after year.
Maybe more likely than not.
Yes, and you know, it makes it exciting, but at the same time too, I'm sure for Tulsa to be sent right down the road to Norm. The travel's easy, but you know,
send us somewhere exotic, they say. Let's go to California or Florida.
Well, Tulsa is a good team. You know, the score right now is not showing.
Strikeout number 4 for Juarez. 2 outs in the third.
Great coming off the battle from Breyers and then just going right back to work. Singer get the rise ball up in the zone. Great pitch. And Spell could not lay off, but a great setup by G.
What do you think that was about?
Oh, she's got a pair of sunglasses. I think either seeing if someone needed them as the sun goes down, or
there's a bunch of laughter going on in the
taking them
circle
away
right
from
now.
somebody.
Whatever was said, it was funny. Patty with a 2-out visit to the circle. And Tulsa, what's happened to them tonight has been indicative of this season. They are 21-9. They're having a really good year, but they've been outscored in the first 3 innings this year. They've consistently gotten off to slow starts.
Yeah, you know, and we were talking earlier about the graduation of their ace, Emily Watson. When you've got a staff, a new pitching staff who's who's trying to kind of find their own way and get their own groove, when they're working without a lead or working from behind all the time, that makes it difficult. But, you know, it makes it, as a team, having that uphill battle, you know, trying to fight back, you know, from a deficit, that makes it difficult for a team to get momentum and to stay, you know, stay the course. And
the 1-1 to Torrey Stafford, left the middle. There's a base hit, the first of the night for TU. First baseman Torrey Stafford is aboard.
Good piece of hitting there by Stafford. Kind of see this pitch trying to go inside, didn't quite get in on the hands as much as she needed to.
Top of the order now, Julie Hollingsworth again. She struck out her first at bat. Swing and a miss out in front.
Love the change of speed. You give up the single and then come right back, expecting, again, Tulsa's best hitter to come out aggressive and hitting her with the changeup.
Pops foul, it's 0-2. TU will return home in conference play this weekend. They'll host Memphis.
You know, in Tulsa, again, a lot of game left, but they're in the middle of conference play as well, coming off a good open to conference against South Florida. So, you know, they've got, the thing is, though, is they're used to being behind in games. You know, they've
slow starts, huh?
Yes, so they're used to being behind in games. So we still have a lot of game left here in Norman.
The 1-2. Fly ball, center field, backing is Lyons. She'll take it at short. Inning over. Can't get a hit. Leave a runner. We head to the bottom of the third. 7-0 OU. They sent 8 to the plate in the first, 10 in the second. And leadoff hitter Sydney Romero will bat for the third time in 3 innings to start the third. She homered her last at bat. New pitcher now for Tulsa. It's Cassidy Scott, a junior from my hometown, Piedmont, Oklahoma. Texas Tech transfer.
Right down the road.
Strike one. There you see Cassidy.
You know, and here with the pitching change, just trying to stop the bleeding. You know, these Sooners last inning getting in a little bit of a groove, really squaring the ball up, seeing the ball well. So trying to make some kind of change here to keep this game within striking distance.
The 0-2 fouled back. Sydney Romero, a home run to left, her 12th of the year in the second inning. Team leading 12th home run. Outside, you know, Patty has not been afraid to experiment with the lineup really all season. Try to figure out who's the leadoff, who's my cleanup. I don't think when the year started we would have ever imagined Jocelyn Allo would be hitting the 6-hole, but she's kind of settled in there nicely.
Yeah, you know, and it's a good problem to have. I mean, when you're jumbling the lineup around, trying to see where you're going to get the most production out of each of these hitters, you know, to have that many versatile hitters in your lineup, to be able to put someone new in the leadoff spot.
Fly ball to right. That's deep. It is gone. She did it again. Second home run of the night for Sydney Romero.
Gotta love. She turned on the first home run, hit the line drive shot to the left side of the field. And here we get the towering high fly ball, opposite field. The kid can do it all.
Third home run of the night for OU. It is the 4th home run for Romero in the last 3 games. The fans want a curtain call. I don't blame them. And she is obliged. There she is.
You have a night like she's had so far. I think you have to.
That's fun. Here's the view. Fale takes a strike, 0-2.
And this Tulsa defense has not been able to come up for air since the first inning. We've seen the errors. We saw OU get on top early, the 5-run second, then coming back, welcoming a new pitcher with the home run.
Watch out. Slapped foul off the facing of the OU dugout. Patty was in the firing line of that one, too.
Telling you.
They're aiming at her tonight.
She's going to catch it. Bare hand. She's
we
just
might ought to give her
it.
a glove.
She doesn't need it.
JT's out there saying, "You sure you want me to?" Line shot left center field, gets under the glove of Muffley, base hit. Fale of you is aboard. Her first hit of the night. And here we go again with those Sooner bats.
And with the pitching change, Scott has not kept them off balance at all. Not hitting a strike, not missing a beat here. And again, we're seeing that pitch up in the zone a little bit, allowing a view to see it well and drive it back up the middle.
Kaylee Clifton. She scored twice tonight. And takes a first pitch strike from Scott. 8-0 Sooners. They've out-hit them 8-1. Clifton reached on an error and scored in the first. Singled and scored. Sharply hit. Nice play by Scott. And they'll turn 2. Oh, that was pretty. Scott to Neal to Stafford. 1-4-3.
That was a hard hit ball, too. You know, Clifton, good job by Scott fielding her position and finding a way to, you know, kind of get those 2 quick outs and hopefully get Tulsa back in the dugout.
Shea Knighton. Takes strike 1. Shea has scored twice tonight. Reached on an error in the first. Single, drove in a run and scored in the second. Base hit, center field. Hard hit ball right back through the box. Hit number 9. You got to give Cassidy Scott credit. She's coming right after these OU hitters.
Yes, she is.
She's been in the zone.
And she's throwing a lot of strikes. And right now, the issue is that she's allowing these hitters to get extended. We're seeing even the double play ball with Clifton, again, taking it right back where it came from. We see that single there by Shea Knight and driving it right back up the middle. So she's going to have to start getting in on these hitters' hands a little bit more.
Alexa Schultz will run for Knighton. 2 outs in the inning. And Grace Green gets some words of wisdom from Shea on her way back to the dugout. Green, an RBI single her last at bat. Three home runs tonight for OU. That's 58 now on the year for this team. We're in game 32. They're averaging just shy of 2 a night.
Gosh, that's unheard of. I mean, you've got the power numbers, but on top of that too, they can single you to death too and just manufacture runs. So it's just such a well-rounded offense.
One ball, one strike. Throw down behind Schultz at first. She's back in safely. The count is 2-1 to get Grace Green. What a freshman season, huh?
Gosh, we were talking earlier about, starting the Big 12 the way that she did, but, usually you kind of see some freshmen take their lumps.
Oh, watch out. Right back by Scott. It's another base hit into center field.
Driven right back up the middle. We have seen 3 hitters, 4 hitters now in a row just take the ball right back where it came from, right back up the middle. Again, we're going to have to see Scott. She's just having a hard time finding a corner.
Jocelyn Allo, 2 outs, 2 on. She walked in the first, flied out to right in the second. Smashes it foul off to the right. What's your assessment of Jocelyn so far this year?
She's just, we've seen her really, she's just doing her thing. She's at times, I think, pressed a little bit, but, you know, just trying to find her groove and get comfortable, which I think we're starting to see her do. I'm excited to see Big 12 play into postseason. I think we're going to see her continue. She's on the upswing right now and continue to peak at the right time, and that's what this team needs is to peak at the right time, and I think she's going to be the one leading the charge here down the stretch.
1 ball, 1 strike. Hard hit ball to short. That's a nice play by Muffley. And the inning is over. Sooners tack 1 on, though. Sydney Romero opposite field this time. It's 8-0 OU. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by OU Extended Campus. We are in the 4th inning, 8-0 OU. Sooners have pounded out 10 hits. Tulsa's helped them with 5 errors tonight, 3 home runs. As G. Juarez embarks on the 4th, facing the shortstop Josie Muffley. And the first pitch is off the fist toward left. And it is caught out there for out number 1.
Yeah, these Tulsa hitters have been aggressive. They're not getting outcomes, you know, because we're seeing some really, really good pitches by Juarez. She's opening up counts, expecting these hitters to be aggressive. She's not throwing to the corner. She's going in even harder, you know, expecting these Tulsa hitters to come out swinging.
We've got some defensive changes for the Sooners. We'll try to run all those down for you in just a second. But you saw the catch made by Alexa Schultz, who is in left field now. Swing and a miss. Reagan Rogers now out in center field for OU. That's Audrey LaValle at second base now. Popped foul and out of play. And Elia Flores is at third base, so several defensive changes. There you see Reagan Rogers. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out in the TU 4th inning. The pitch grounded to second. LaValle drops it, picks it up, throws. Not in time. That will be an error. Didn't make the pickup cleanly.
Nope, and she did a good job of staying under control and making a good throw, but we kind of see her double tap back to that glove. You know, after making the bobble, she just doesn't have enough time. She's got to pick that ball up and get rid of it quickly.
It was a tighter game. Patty might have argued that call.
Yeah, umpires are always right, but I was a little, it was questionable. I thought she still may have had her even with the little mishap there.
Haley Minen fouls it back.
You know, and defensive mistakes are not something we see very often from this Sooner defense.
Just the 12th error of the year. 0-2.
But you see G coming back. It settles your defense down too when you have a pitcher who you have the error and then she comes back getting 2 quick strikes. You know, you have a little bit of a mistake there, but then you have your pitcher kind of going, I got this. Get me the ball. We've got 2 quick strikes.
Minot stays alive. She struck out her first at bat, 0 for 1. The early lopsided score has not dampened the enthusiasm of the Sooner faithful tonight. They love it.
We've gotten to see a little bit of everything. We've seen the long ball, a few strikeouts. This score could be 30-0. They'll
Sloppy
still
defense.
be doing, sloppy defense at times, but they'll still be doing the chance and be in it.
Juarez has 4 strikeouts tonight. Make it 5. Swing and a miss by Minot. And there's 2 outs in the TU 4th.
It's a great job there by Juarez. We're seeing a little bit of a battle there, fouling things off and just changing speeds.
Patty wants to chat again. Take a look at strike 3.
It's a great changeup there, down and away. There's not much she could have done with that.
The Hall of Famer imparting some mid-game wisdom. And it looks like maybe she's going to make a pitching change here. It looks like Mariah Lopez is jogging down the left field line, and that's going to do it for G. Juarez. So we'll take a quick timeout for a pitching change. 4th inning, it's 8-0 OU. This is Sooner softball, brought to you by OU Extended Campus. G. Juarez, a great start. Now she's going to hand the reins to Mariah here in the 4th.
And these Tulsa hitters are not going to get any sort of break. Making the pitching change here, they didn't have much success with Juarez. Lopez is going to come in, give them a much different look from the right side, and continue to apply pressure.
Check swing foul ball. Pitching change brought to you by Air Comfort Solutions, your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today. Morgan Neal, the runner at first with 2 outs. Shanice Dels popped out her first at bat. She takes strike 2.
It's so huge. Anytime you have a pitching change, whether it's, made in mid-inning to get your pitcher sometimes get her some reps, or made in a high-stress situation, to come in, hammer the zone.
That's a base hit into left. Back into the infield quickly, and Tulsa's got its biggest scoring threat of the night so far. 2 on with 2 out.
Just a little bit of a missed spot there. Lopez was ahead in the count, 0-2. Supposed to be up in the zone. She just missed down a little bit, giving Tulsa the opportunity to drive that there, 0-2.
Michaela Witten now will try to drive in the first run of the night for the Cane. Struck out looking her first at bat back in the 2nd. That's popped foul. A drop right in front of us. Strike 1. 8 runs on 10 hits, 1 error for Oklahoma. No runs, 2 hits, 5 errors for Tulsa. A little bit upstairs. TU coming off having won 2 of 3 on the road last weekend. They were down at South Florida. It's a good series win for them.
Yeah, and again, Tulsa has been very competitive and has had a good year.
Fly ball into deep left center field. Rogers on the track, makes a leaping grab. Oh, mama! She took away a home run. Take another look at it as we roll to break. What a play, Reagan Rogers. And the shutout is preserved. Welcome back to Norman. The dancing in the background threw me off for a second. 8-0 Sooners. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Cassidy Scott still in the circle for TU. She'll start by facing Nicole Mendez. Excuse me, that's Reagan Rogers. How about that? Makes the home run saving catch to end the top of the 4th, leads off the bottom.
That's got to give you some adrenaline coming in, making that huge catch, home run, stealing catch, and then you get to lead off the inning.
2-0. Rogers hitting .326. She's got 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. And a Webb gym. Ground ball, that's in the hole. Wow, what a dive, but she'll be safe. Excellent play by Josie Muffley to get to that softball. A leadoff single for Rogers.
Great diving snag here. Again, that's a base hit through and through. And no man's land there, a little bit in the 5-6 hole, but what a grab there.
Looks like it'll be Kinsey Kelso that will pinch hit for OU here. The freshman from Tuttle High School. Stone's throw from Marita Hines Field. Hometown of Heisman Trophy winner Jason White. Takes ball 1. See, I'm working the sponsors in creative ways tonight. Air Comfort Solutions, your total home solution for heating, plumbing, and air conditioning. Ground ball to short. I'll go to second for 1. That's all they'll get. As Kelso beats the throw to first. Sooners 2 in the first. Both runs were unearned. And then they got out the big sticks. Back-to-back home runs to start the second by Lyons and Romero. And Sydney added another for good measure in the third. They've all been solo shots, though, tonight. 11 combined hits for OU. Grace Lyons takes strike 1.
Other than the home run, Cassie Scott, after that home run, she's really kind of settled down. That's the only run she's given up. She's starting to throw strikes and keep the ball down and find corners a little bit more.
A little bit low, 1 and 2. Yeah, she hasn't been scared to stay in the strike zone. She's done a good job not falling behind.
And she's thrown a lot of strikes now. Some of those strikes have gone right back up the middle.
High chopper, left side, tough play. Nice play by Muffley. It gets Kelso at second for out number 2. A couple of fine plays defensively by Josie Muffley this inning.
And she's really made some tough plays, and that's a tough play right there. This ball's not hit very hard. You got the high hop, getting that first hop and throwing on the run here. That's a really great play.
That ball smoked to left, but foul. First at-bat of the night for Aaliyah Flores. Sydney Romero hit 2 home runs, and Patty said, that's quite enough. Let's let somebody else have a chance.
Save some for Utah.
Elevation. Ball out of sail well there. Aaliyah Flores, sophomore from Colton, California. 257 hitter on the year. 6 runs batted in. Just a bit outside. It's 1 and 2. Cassidy Scott trying to put the first 0 on the board for the Sooner Bats tonight.
And she's doing a good job. She's found that outside corner. We're seeing these Sooner hitters right now kind of trying to pull that outside pitch instead of letting it get deep and driving it the other way.
One ball, 2 strikes. Line drive into right, and a running grab made by Haley Minen. Inning is over. Sooners leave 1 aboard. We head to the 5th in Norman. 8-0 OU. And this is the last shot for Tulsa. They got to score a run to keep this game going. We've reached the 5th. It's 8-0 Oklahoma. And Mariah Lopez will go to work on the bottom of the TU order, starting with third baseman Sarah Bryers. Popped up. Lopez can't get there. It's got backspin. Should have let it go. It's a base hit.
You know, and you kind of saw her get jammed.
Think that had enough topspin to take it foul?
It was either gonna be close. Yeah, it was gonna be close. I mean, either way, you've either got to catch that in the air or ride the chance that maybe it's gonna roll foul.
Riley Spell now, third hit of the night for TU. Spell a strikeout victim her first at bat against Juarez. Swing and a miss. TU comes into tonight having won 9 of their last 10. But they were their own worst enemy early in this game.
Yeah, Tulsa has been playing some really good ball, and you know, those errors really kind of deflated this team a little bit early. They came out, their pitcher was throwing well, getting ground balls, but the defense just made too many mistakes, and the Sooners have taken care of business from then on.
One ball, 2 strikes.
It's good to see Lopez out here tonight. You know, she has been so strong this season. I don't think the Lubbock series, she was as sharp as she has been so far this season. So this is a good opportunity for her in the midweek game to come out here with the 8-run cushion, be able to work a couple things out and get sharpened up before that trip to Utah this weekend.
The 2-2 to Spell. Got her. Swing it. 1 out. Little high heat.
Yeah, that's a good pitch right there. You know, we see so many of Mariah's strikeouts come with that setup, working down and then finishing hitters away.
Tori Stafford. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nope, that's my fault. I said away. I meant high and hard. Up.
Tori Stafford, a base hit, her first at bat, takes ball 1. Boy, what a beautiful night. The sun is setting beyond the left field foul pole right now. Breeze starting to die down a bit. There's a strike. You might want a sweatshirt, but you don't need to bundle up too much. It's pretty glorious out there right now. Sooners 2 outs away from win number 30. Pop foul. And win number 20 in a row.
These Sooners, they have really, they're just rolling right now in all facets. They're swinging the bat well. Defense has been impeccable. In the circle, they're just taking care of business, throwing shutouts, keeping runs low, strikeouts high.
To short, second for 1, throw to first, not in time. Nice turn by LaValle. Nice play by Lyons. And they're 1 out away. It'll be up to Julie Hollingsworth, 0 for 2.
And Hollingsworth has been Tulsa's best hitter. We've seen her struggle tonight, but she has really been consistent at the plate so far this season.
Hollingsworth, the leading hitter in the American Athletic Conference. 2-time first team All-AAC. Lopez gets the call, looks at the wristband. Into the windup, the 0-1. Outside. Tulsa trying to get a run home so they can keep playing on this Wednesday night. And it's 1-2.
Lopez has really done a good job since she has come into this game. Throwing minimal pitches, working ahead, keeping these hitters off balance. I love ending the game. Bring the best hitter. You've got 2 outs, 2 strikes.
2-2. Stafford, the runner at first here with 2 outs. Crowd claps in unison, trying to get Mariah Lopez over the finish line. The pitch, lined foul. Sliced one the opposite way. There's a good look at Julie Hollingsworth.
Yeah, this has been a tough night for Tulsa, kind of in all aspects, but they haven't quit. We're still seeing good at-bats, fighting at-bats.
Ball 3.
I like that pitch. Got Hollingsworth kind of flaring things, getting rid of some good pitches. Trying to change speeds down in the zone. That's a really, really good pitch right there.
Line drive, center field, base hit. The Canes still alive. Stafford makes the turn and heads to third. Into second safely is Hollingsworth. Couple of 5th inning singles for TU.
Good at bat there by Hollingsworth. You know, something, Reagan Rogers getting that ball in. It was pretty clear that runner coming around second base was going to be safe at third. You know, you want to make sure that you're not making that throw to third base and allowing Hollingsworth to also get in scoring position.
That'd be a teaching moment for Patty right there with Grace Lyons. Josie Muffley, the batter. And we're going to have a pinch runner, it looks like, for Hollingsworth at second. It'll be Jesse Smith. 8-0 OU. We're in the 5th. 2 outs. Tulsa needing a run to keep this game going. And Josie Muffley 0 for 2 tonight. Who's had a rough night in the field. She's also made some very nice plays at shortstop tonight.
Yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of Jekyll and Hyde there. I'm seeing really great plays come out of her tonight at shortstop.
Ball 1. Muffley, a .383 hitter at start of night. 2 home runs. Line drive, center field. It's a base hit. Tulsa scores 1. Second runner is a dead duck. What a throw. Reagan Rogers, 2 fine defensive plays in 2 innings, but TU plates 1, and there will be a bottom of the 5th in Norman. It's 8-1 Sooners. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by OU Extended Campus. Alongside DJ Sanchez, Mathis, Toby Rowland back with you. I got that backwards, didn't I? That's all right. Fale of you leads off the bottom of the 5th. 8-1. Tulsa scored a run in the top of the 5th. Sooners need 1 here to end it in the bottom. Fale has 1 hit and 3 at-bats tonight. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch. Pop foul out of play. Give TU some credit.
Yeah, again, we've seen them have a little bit of a tough night, but they have not stopped fighting. These hitters have come in and continued to have good at-bats, extending the game, and, you know, just giving themselves an opportunity to come back.
3-1. Cassidy Scott came in relief of Samantha Pocock, the starter tonight for TU. Done a nice job.
Yeah, she has. She's thrown a lot of strikes.
That's her first walk.
Yeah, and you know that's tough because you get a little bit of momentum over there for Tulsa, and then coming back with the leadoff walk there.
Winning run aboard. This will be the first at bat tonight for Audrey LaValle. And she takes a ball.
We've really seen Scott. She's been around the zone all night. These are, honestly, the first couple at-bats she's worked behind in the count.
That one's in there. We got a good look at LaValle, the freshman from Carl Albert High School. Wearing the bold number 99. High chopper over the head of Scott. Nice play by Muffley. And she got the out. Charging in from shortstop. One gone.
We've seen some really great web gems from Muffley tonight. Again,
she's turned her night around,
yes,
hasn't she?
She has. And that's a tough play. We've seen her on the run a few times, coming in on balls. Those soft high hoppers, they look like pretty easy plays, but those are tough plays. If you don't time them right, you don't get on them quick enough.
Alexa Schultz, first at bat. Off the fist toward Muffley. Caught. Out number 2. Humpback liner.
So you have the leadoff walk, runner in scoring position here. And 2 really quick outs here. For, again, Scott just kind of holding her own and keeping Tulsa in this game.
And our player to watch tonight, Grace Green, with a chance to end it. Fly ball to left. Hollingsworth will watch it fly, and you can unhitch the wagon. Put the ponies in the bar. A walk-off jack for Grace Green. And the Sooners have won 20 straight.
That's one way to end a game. Goodness.
She got a bit of that one.
I'll say. And this kid is hot. I mean, she is just hitting the cover off the ball. And she knew it. As soon as it hit the bat.
We all knew it.
Yep.
4th home run of the night for OU. The 8th of the year for Grace Green. It is her 4th in the last 3 games. And the Sooners just saved the theatrics for when they were at the plate. Welcome to the Budweiser postgame show. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. A proud partner of OU Athletics. 10-1 the final tonight in Norman. Oklahoma improves to 30-2 on the year. Tulsa with the loss drops to 21-10. Oklahoma started the scoring early and never let their foot off the gas tonight, DJ.
No, they didn't. It was from the get-go, and Tulsa gave them a little bit of momentum early, but they just kept going.
Tulsa miscues the story early. They had 3 first-inning errors, added a couple in the second. 2 unearned runs for OU in the first. Then in the second inning, Grace Lyons, an opposite field homer. The next batter, Sydney Romero, pulled one over the wall and left. Sooners weren't done scoring, though, in the second. They would add 3 more. Shea Knighton with an RBI. Grace Green with an RBI. And in the third, they kept on slugging. Opposite field shot for Romero, her 2nd of the game. Then Grace Green finished it. Well, first, Tulsa forced a bottom of the 5th with a run. And there's the knockout shot off the scoreboard. Taco Mayo brings us this recap. Taco Mayo Fresh Mix. Fresh ingredients built to order. 10 runs, 12 hits, 1 error for OU. 1 run, 5 hits. That 5 errors is not going to sit well with John Barfelt, the head coach at TU tonight.
Yeah, and it wasn't the difference in the game, but it made it a tough comeback for Tulsa from the get-go. You know, OU took advantage of those mistakes, but it's hard to defend errors. It's even tougher to defend the long ball, and we saw quite a few of those tonight. 20
straight wins for Oklahoma now, and now they'll pack up the bats and head west this weekend for a 2-game non-conference series against Utah, and right back home next weekend against the Baylor Bears here in Norman. But a dominant performance tonight Sooners roll 10-1. 4 home runs for Patty's squad tonight. Thank you for joining us. For DJ Sanchez and the entire Sooner Sports TV crew, I'm Toby Rowland. Boomer Sooner, everybody.